Well, hello, ladies. Hello, gorgeous. We are live today, and we are talking about a very, very hot topic that is in online marketing, coaches, consultants, freelancers, network marketers. If you are a service based provider, you need to have this information. And today, our topic is the hard way versus the smart, intelligent, sophisticated, simple, easy way to identify, find your niche. And I've got a very, very special guest today. This is our director of marketing, Janine Hinnawy, is with us. My name is Fatima Almar Kamisa. I'm the creative founder of Million Stars Academy, where we help professional women to take their pain, to take their skills, their past, and turn it into purpose, power, and profit through audacious coaching businesses, publishing, exposure, and online marketing. So welcome, Janine, to this conversation.
Thank you so much for having me, Fatima. It's a true pleasure to be here and share a little bit of my story about the niche and everything with the audience, because it's such an important topic.
Yeah, so let's talk about why is identifying your niche so important? Instead of, I remember going to I don't know where I was in one of my trainings. I've been to so many, sometimes I just forget who the names are. And he used this example of, if you had a headache or a specific headache, like a stress headache or a neck headache, or you had a toothache, and you walked into the pharmacy, and on the shelf there was this bottle and it said all pain everywhere in any part of your body. And then you had the other bottles that said headache, tension headache, migraine headache, toothache. Which one would you choose?
Well, I would choose definitely the one that is specific, that says the headache or the migraine, because I would be sure that that will solve my problem really fast.
Yeah, I think if I picked up that medicine that said all pain everywhere, I'm sure it would have expired by now, because I don't think that they, repurchased and reordered any of that because nobody wanted it. And it is the same inside of, I see this so much. Like, I'll speak to people who want to create the online business, and I'll say, who do you help? And they're like, everybody. I help everybody. Right? Have you noticed that?
Well, I used to be that person a couple of years ago. I was trying to help everybody, and I have noticed that absolutely. It's a real problem. People don't know who is their audience. And then it's like in the pharmacy, as you just made that example, nobody is really, wanting to buy that medicine.
Yeah. I remember I used to be that same woman, right? If someone said to me, who do you help? I'm like, everyone. Because the only thing I was focused on wasn't a solution. That what I was focused on was, I got to bring money in the door. I got to bring money in. So the whole outcome was, this person is going to give me money. Right. And it was such a blunder. It was such a mess. So someone would come to me and say they're having a problem with their kids. Oh, I can help. Someone's having a problem with their health. Oh, I can help because I lost this weight and I've maintained my weight. Someone is having an issue with their business or publishing. Oh, I can help. Right. And then what do we end up with?
Nothing. And I can so relate to that. In the beginning, I was also like, oh, I'm going to serve everybody. I'm going to, serve the whole world and make the world a better place. And then nobody signed up, no money in the door, nothing happened. It's just crazy.
And there's an impact, right? There's a consequence to that happening. And what did you find in your own life as you were running and you were saying, I'm going to help this person, I'm going to help this person, and then no one signs up? What is that consequence in your life? What happened to you? How did you feel?
Well, you said it the right way. You're running, and I was really feeling like I'm running after everyone. And like they used to make an example, like when you want to date somebody and you really want that person so bad, and what's going to happen if you run after that person? It's just going to run from you because
now you became a stalker.
Yes, I became a stalker. So I was running and, like stretching myself from left to right. And then also I have 4 boys. I have a family. I have another life than only, trying to earn money online. So it was a big stretch. And the impact was really, I was feeling stressed. My relationships were suffering, and my health as well, because in the end of the day, I tried to do everything, and the time I cut off was my me time. And that's the time I really need to be working well as an introvert. So that didn't work, and it made me feel really bad.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome, ladies. If you're just joining us, we are having a conversation with our Director of Sales in Million Stars Academy, Janine Hinnawy. The smart way versus the hard way of finding, identifying your niche, attracting the clients, and making the money you so deserve. And we're talking about all the pitfalls, all the holes we can fall in, and the mistakes we made ourselves when we thought we could just help everybody and solve everybody's problem, because our whole focus was let's bring in the money. And we find a lot of people inside who want to speak to us, who want to work with us. They've tried that, and we tried that, and it is one of the biggest myths and pitfalls where you can serve everybody, because it doesn't work. Now, if you're relating to this conversation, go ahead and put in the comments. I can relate. We want to hear from you. We want to have a conversation around this. Now, Janine, I remember the story that you shared a couple of times when you would work with a coach, right? And I've worked with multiple coaches and mentors, and when we're designing a program and we're creating something where we create transformation online, one of the first things they say is, yeah, let's go create your niche. It's time to do the module. Okay, share with us. And it's such a funny story, but here you were trying to create this business, be a mom, have your home life, you're married, you have this 4 kids, you're running around creating this online business, and you were searching for a way where a coach, a mentor, a trainer could help you identify your niche. But share with us what would happen inside of you, like the emotions, the thought process, the behavior, when your mentor, your coach, right? This was long before you and I came across each other, and and that person would say, "Okay, it's time to create your niche." Share with us a little bit. Bring us into your
No,
experience.
I would go basically like this. I was just like, oh no, not again, not the niche, because I was really committed to create that successful online business, right? And I already had tried so many ways, and I followed their steps. It wasn't that I wasn't coachable. I really went and followed. And then each time, we had these different trainings, Zoom calls and different stuff. I was like, oh no, not again, not the niche. Talk about anything else. I wanna work on something else. I wanna create my program. I wanna learn more about marketing. But please just leave me alone with my niche, because it just didn't make sense to me. Something was missing. I tried the different approaches they are out there to create that niche, and then I downloaded different ebooks and whatnot, whatever you can do, and it just made me feel bad. It made me feel like I am missing something, and there is something wrong with me.
Wow. Wow. And you were coachable. You signed up for the programs, you paid the money, you showed up, you downloaded ebooks. You were not saying, I'm not coachable, I'm not teachable, or you didn't even say, I know everything. You were looking, you were searching, and every single time you were like, oh my God, here I go again. I'm back in this thing. They're trying to find my niche. I have to identify my niche, and I don't know how to do it. So now there's feelings of, I'm not good enough. Will I ever figure it out? Other people can do it, I can't. Right? And so what's that impact now? Every time you make a video or you make a post, How is that feeling? Because you can see that other people have figured it out.
Yes, so that really impacted me in a big way, because when I started out that business, I already was suffering from low self-esteem. I was very shy, and going in front of the camera was a big step for me. So now, even doing the videos and then not getting the results from it was really difficult. Like, it's a vicious circle where you do the video or you do a post and then there is nothing, right? There's nothing. And then you say, oh, there must be something wrong with my video. I must be doing something wrong. And that's a truly big impact, because I finally got more self-confident to get in front of the camera. And then it just didn't sum up. And, it's just that vicious circle, which is not helpful.
No. And it keeps on impacting your self-esteem. Right? You are building up the courage to get in front of the camera, and you're doing it and you're showing up. And at the back of your mind, there's this feeling, I'm not good enough. I didn't figure it out.
Exactly.
Right? And it builds on each other. It never actually goes away, because you tried so many different ways.
Right.
You tried so many, and now it's impacting your self-esteem. You're trying so many different ways. Was money showing up?
No, not at all. And that's even worse, right? Because, okay, I can live without comments or anything, but also there was no money showing up. And then, like, other people gonna start like asking, so what's happening? I see you working. Why do we pay money for this program? And why do you spend so much time online and nothing is happening? So it's not helpful.
Wow. I tell you, it's not something that you are the only one that has suffered. I've seen our Million Stars coaches, how they come into the academy not knowing. I speak to people that are inside of our tribe. I speak to prospects. And you know what? This is such a big deal inside of the online space. Whether you're having a business, or you're a consultant or a freelancer or a network marketer, and you building a business where you use content, video creation, you want to tweet, you want to do a LinkedIn post, you want to do a video, it impacts your language. It impacts, because who are you talking to? Right? Because remember on our team meeting, right? What was I saying when we were giving this example? If I'm sharing something, how I speak to my sister is very different to how I speak to my mom, how I speak to my team, how I speak to my child, how I speak to my neighbor. Right? So each person I am speaking to, there's a different way of being. There's a different language. There's a different presentation. There's a different energy. But if I'm speaking to everybody, how do I do it?
You will have to shout very loud, maybe, and even that is gonna exhaust you, right?
And how do I take one post and impact everyone the same way? It's impossible. It's just it's putting us, in a situation where it's impossible, and then we blame ourselves and we say we are not good enough. It's us. And what if it wasn't? What if we were not the problem? What if we just didn't open the right door? Right? What if we just kept on opening doors and we're hoping and praying and, keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that it's going to be okay, but it's not. And then what happened? I did an assessment with you. Yes. And the assessment was by a really famous guy called Carl Jung, who was addicted to why people do the things they do and our personalities. And he created this whole thing called archetypes, the archetypal structure, the shadow, the superhero, the villain, why we do the things that we do. And then I sat down with you and we did the assessment, right? And so let's talk about that day, right? We got onto this phone. I sent you the assessment. I don't know whether I sent you the assessment or we did it on the phone together? One of the two.
We did it. I did it before, and then we got on the phone.
Okay, so you did the assessment, and then what did you find out was the result? What is your principal archetype and your dominant archetype? Share with us.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that was such an amazing call, because it changed the whole story of how this continues. So my dominant archetype is the ruler, and the principal, I forgot now how they are called, is the hero.
That's fine. That's fine. It's principal and dominant.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how long did it take for you to do the assessment? The actual time that it took you to do the assessment?
Well, I believe it took me, because I think I got distracted in the middle from my children, but about maybe 30 minutes or less.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, so 30 minutes was the actual assessment. And then we got onto the phone, and what did we spend? About 40, 50 minutes together?
Yes, something like this.
So if we really put it together and we even exaggerate, let's say it was 2 hours.
That would be really exaggerated.
Yeah,
but
really exaggerating. Okay. In 2 hours, what happened to you? What happened? What changed inside of you in those 90 minutes to 2 hours? Let's go all the way to 2 hours. What changed in you? Give us an overall feeling, the general umbrella feeling of what shifted, moved, and just transformed.
It was like a huge breakthrough, because I finally knew who I am and who I am going to serve. It's like it showed me like the whole picture, from like, I don't want to go into that yet. So it really made me feel like more confident, and it gave me that aha moment of, wow, that's my strengths. This is my weakness. That's where I can work from. And it really gave me so much confidence, and also like gratefulness to you, because thanks to you, I found out about this, and I finally was like there. I was like, wow, I can finally serve the people I am destined to serve, and I don't have to keep looking all around anymore and basically feel lost. I felt like I found it now.
Now, before those 2 hours, give me a time frame, months or years, that you were searching for your niche and avoiding it because it just wasn't working.
Well, I started my online business, I think it was in November 2016. So, and I met you in July last year. So it had been about 4 years.
4 years of searching, looking, coaching, finding. It was this quest.
Yes, it was.
And within these 90 minutes, 2 hours, you got this validation. You knew who you were, who you serve, what words to use, branding colors, your weaknesses, right? Validation and credibility all in one package, where you're just like, here you go, here's everything. Now, was there any way or any place where I told you, oh, you must serve these people, and I gave you all the answers?
No, you didn't. You didn't. It all was inside of the assessment, and then inside of the cards, and then you asked the right questions, and it just, everything was there. And yeah. I was so surprised about this, because as I did other programs before and courses, I always, when people like were asking these questions, I was always there like, how does the people come up with the answer to this question? I don't know. I don't know about this. And then suddenly with that type of assessment, it just worked for me, and it just flow, and it just made so much sense.
Yeah, and this is all the work of Carl Jung, right? In the Jungian archetypes, this is all his work that has been put together by so many teachers over time, to be able to tell us exactly where we came from, our habits. This is, what is it not? This is not a prediction. This is not a zodiac. This is not about, oh, you're going to meet a handsome knight and he's going to give you $1,000,000 and you're going to ride in the sunset on a white horse. No, this is not Disney. This is about who you are in the decisions that you make, who you love to serve, who you are in your weakest moments when you don't want to get out of bed in the day or you don't want to do something, who you are in your most powerful state, right? It is so, so fantastic. So you are, and I'm going to take out the cards right now just to show you are, right? So your principal is ruler.
Exactly.
And your dominant is hero.
Yes, that's true.
Now, tell me, when we did this whole assessment, what was one of the most surprising things for you? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember, but it was really just that I think the surprise was that I already knew everything somehow, and then just everything came together.
Almost like an acknowledgement.
Yes.
Like
and
sometimes you're powerful, but you don't want to admit how powerful we are.
That's true. Yeah. Because I had so much, from my journey before, I was lacking that self-confidence. And then this came and it basically gave it the validation and the acknowledgement. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to talk about the ruler's strengths here. So the ruler's strength says the ruler is confident, responsible, and fair. You are powerful, you are a leader, you love control, you're charismatic, you have integrity. Okay. And then the hero strengths are you are brave, determined, honorable, skillful, you have discipline, grit, boldness, you're courageous. I mean, just look at you. This is all of who you are. Now, it's so interesting because I want to talk a little bit about, let's switch away from business and go to your personal life, right?
Okay.
Now, as a ruler, you are the only female in a house full of boys. And I'm putting your husband in the boys category, okay?
Okay, I always do the same.
I know you got 6 boys, you have like 5 boys, right? You got the triplets, you got the little one, and then you got your husband, okay? And so as a ruler, after you found out you were a ruler and you like rule the roost, what did you have to learn about bringing down the ruler a little bit? Like what was that thing that you were like, oh my God, I am like, what? What did you say to yourself after?
Well, I really just to see that, what I am doing like to my family, I was like, oh, wow. I think I really have to.
You have a little whip at home.
Yes, just like, I don't know, it's just this I think this habit of the ruler, like just to come and say, oh, what did you do and whatever. And I realized that if I continue to do this with my boys, they're gonna end up in a marriage with with a ruler, and and I don't wish that for them. Or it's not gonna turn out good. Let's put it that way. So I mean, still some days I have to just to catch myself and say, wow, just bring it down, because I want my boys to grow up as, powerful, as confident. And if the ruler in me is always like coming out and like basically overruling everything, it's not gonna end up as I wish for them.
So the piece that helped you is that you started learning that you are naturally a ruler and it's just showing up naturally. But on the card, when you talk about like who a ruler is at their worst, because we all have that shadow side of us. So rigid, controlling, a tyrant, a bully, an oppressor. And suddenly you're just like, wow, this is pieces of me that I already have in me, and I just have to bring down the volume a little bit and allow them. And so just that alone, how did it change your parenting style, and how did it allow your boys to step up and become responsible on their own. Share a little bit like that.
Yeah, it made my parenting more compassionate
Mm.
because I realized I if I turn it down, then I can bring out more love for them. And just also like this controlling part of myself, I realized, I mean, my triplet's gonna turn 13 next week. And I realized I just have to let go of some of the control and give them the control and say, you can do this. And it has shown up in so many amazing things. Like, for example, last week they started our private outdoor school. So they go for 2 days a week in an outdoor school. And the first project they are doing is a tree house. And I was really very aware of myself. So I was staying there 2 days because of our youngest one. But I was trying, to put myself out there and just like observe. And then I was watching the most beautiful thing. My boys were there on this tree house building and everything. I was like, wow. I don't have to actually, go and control the thing. They just can do it by themselves. And that's the thing which will make them really powerful men and husbands and leaders. So
Isn't that what we want for our kids?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? Isn't that the ultimate goal as a parent, that our children lead and they are kind and compassionate human beings, and they step into their own brilliance?
Absolutely.
So by you stepping into your brilliance and honoring all parts of you and saying, wow, I do have that side of me, and it's there. I might be not very proud of it, but hey, every human has that side.
Exactly.
Right? Because you and I are talking right now, and it's ruler speaking to ruler.
Yes, it
right?
is. Yeah.
And so that's in me as well. So let's talk about business now and shift. How does a ruler share and delegate when we want to control everything? How does the ruler, allow others to come into the inner circle and say, let's create together? Because this goes completely opposite to our personality.
Yes, that's
right?
true. Yeah.
To allow co-creation, to allow people to critique you, goes against our natural tendency. And then we think, well, how will you ever grow? You can't. Nobody can grow alone. Nobody can go to the moon alone. Nobody can impact 1 million lives alone. Nobody can feed 1 million people alone.
Exactly.
Right? And so we talk about that. My principal archetype is ruler, and my dominant is creator. And so to be able to notice and say, okay, I know this is what's happening. I know this is how I can be on my off days. And then just go, okay, turn down the volume. Right, turn down the volume. Let's talk a little bit about some famous personalities. Who can you relate to? There's King Arthur as a ruler, Margaret Thatcher, Donald Trump, Adriana Huffington, Winston Churchill. Is there anyone on there or another ruler that you can relate to?
I think you will laugh now if I say Donald Trump. You see?
No, why would I do that?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
because each person has their strengths. You can pick and choose one strength from one human being to say, I want that strength.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? I want that one strength. Let's talk a little bit about why we have two archetypes, why we have a principal and a dominant. Right? Share with us how you bring it together as ruler and hero, your own personal way of showing up as a business owner, as a woman, as a mom, as a leader. How do you do it?
That's a really good question, and I think I never really thought about it until now. But what I would say, like, the hero in me, it's like it brings everything more together, and instead of just like commanding the people around and tell them what to do, like the hero shows up and says, hey, you can do this too. I want to empower you. I want to help you reach your goals, by actually just raising you up and showing you the way, instead of like pushing them to the goal. So
Yeah, because in the hero archetype, we know it is going to come save the day, save the people that are being oppressed, right? Save you from the villain, even if the villain is your thoughts,
yes,
right?
absolutely,
And
yeah.
so you are the superhero, you the dragon slayer, the coach, the champion, slaying all the toxic thoughts of all of these people, saying, come on, you can do it.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And I really do that a lot. I realized that later, after doing the assessment, I realized that in many of my posts, I was like sharing a part of my story, and then was saying like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And that's
And that's the language of the hero.
absolutely.
I know. There's also like a motto, right? The hero says, where there's a will, there's a way. If you
Yeah,
get your mind straight, you can change your life, all of these little sayings that go on about that. Tell me, now that you know you are a ruler and a hero in your archetype with the Jungian archetypes, how did it change you as a coach, as a business owner? How did it change you as a director of marketing inside of Million Stars? How did it change when you're on a Zoom call? How did it change for you?
I think it just gave me that confidence in myself, because once you know your strengths, you can really work on them. And as we're also discussing the worst sides, you can become more aware of them. And I really just love to sit with the cards and read through them, because like each time I go through them and I can read what's in it, I discover a new part of myself, and then that will change me and make me into a better leader, will make me into a better mom, because the better I know myself, then I can really deal much better with all the people around me, because that stuff inside of me will not really affect the conversation, but I can really fully understand what the other people want to say or share with me.
Yeah, so important. And what happens to you now, Janine, when you meet a woman and you're on a call, or you see the people that are inside coming into the academy, or we talk to the prospects, and someone comes to you and says, oh my God, don't talk about niche. I don't want to talk about niche. I'm terrified. I don't know. I've been trying this for so long and I can't figure it out. Please don't do it. How do you show up now?
Well, I show up with total confidence, and I can tell that lady, it's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. You can get it in 90 minutes, 2 hours of your time, and you are done with it once and for all. It's just, yeah, it's life-changing, absolutely life-changing.
Yeah, done and dusted. Give me 2 hours, I'll change your life.
Exactly.
Right? And you mean it, because every single time someone does the assessment and goes through this and really just says, okay, let's try to figure that, every single time we've had 100% success.
Yes, that's the truth. And it's so amazing to see this lady afterwards, how empowered they are, how much more confidence they get. And it's just the best reward ever to see how they change from not knowing who they serve to totally, stand in their power.
Yeah. Now on our cards, we've got, and I'm going to just lift it up here, all of these things here. So the strengths, famous personalities, famous brands, the motto, the brand message, brand voice, greatest fear, at their worst, types of visuals. And then when you turn it around, there is organizational structure, what kind of company you run, how to run your company, the branding strategy. What do you use to attract those ideal clients? Who are they? Where are they? Where do you find them? The voice that you use, the language that you use. And then down here is an entire description of your brand personality, right? So the Brula brand is a classic leader. They believe they should be the ones to bring order to every situation. The ruler is stable, strives for excellence, wants everyone to follow their lead, and they tend to have plenty of reasons for people to follow them. Naturally, people look at the ruler to take chaos and turn it into structure and systems. Okay, rulers are proud of their accomplishments. A ruler is an authority figure, isn't afraid to take control, savvy, well connected, natural leader. I mean, I could just read this over and over again and be like, yes, that's me. Yes, that's me.
Absolutely. It's just, it's so empowering, right? And when you just were sharing that, just a funny thing came up to my mind, because in our house, I was like always, okay, why it's always me? I have to make the order, right? I was like, why everybody has to leave their stuff laying around? And then actually through seeing these cards, it suddenly made sense to me, because everybody in the house just knows mom can come and turn that room like in 10 minutes in total order out of chaos. So I was like, okay, that was like an epiphany I was saying.
Yeah. And now you can't blame anybody. You're just like, I gotta take responsibility. This is who I am.
Yes.
Yeah. So fantastic. And ladies, if you are thinking you want more information and this conversation is exciting to you, there is a link in this post. We did a whole training on the Jungian archetypes for marketing and branding. You want to go check that out. We also have an amazing workshop coming up on September the 6th. And I can really tell you that it is something that will be unforgettable, something that'll be transformative. We're going to spend a few hours together, 3 or 4 hours together, and really flush out exactly who you are out of the 12 Jungian archetypes done by Carl Jung. Who are you? How you show up in the world? What is your true voice? What is your brand message? What visuals to bring? Who your clients are? Who are the people that you serve? And guess what? Every single piece of guesswork will be gone. Every single piece of guesswork will be gone. You will feel so incredibly confident and brave to go out there in the world. And Janine, talk a little bit about the feeling of that imposter syndrome that women go through before they do this assessment. That feeling of, am I faking it till I make it? Someone is going to figure it out that I've just been pulling the wool over their eyes and guessing my way through it. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, wow. That can be so like devastating for anybody who has that imposter syndrome. And I talk to many ladies, from inside the group, and so many are affected by that imposter syndrome, because once like you have it, it's like you don't put yourself out there enough. And then if you don't put yourself out there, then you are not getting clients into your programs and everything. And it's just like ends up again with not having the self-confidence and everything, to do.
And how does this workshop change all that?
Wow, it will change all of that, because you will get you will get the assessment I did, so it's very easy. And then being on a call with you and the training is anyway always life-changing and the best thing that could happen to anybody. And I have the privilege already to spend at least almost every day 1 hour with you on team calls, and that's the best thing ever. So it will really change your way of doing business, because it will give you the self-confidence, it will give you the validation, you will be able to see your strengths and you can build on that, and then also you will be aware of your weakness and you will know what to be aware of in your business, in your private life, and that will really empower you to step up the game. Because if you don't step it up, you are not going to help the people that you actually care for. So if you're just out there right now and trying to wing it, try to do it, and you are not making sales, then you are not making an impact. So it's very important that first of all, you help yourself really figure out your niche, who you are serving, and then by getting that right and giving yourself that self-confidence and validation, you can go out and make that impact that you were made for.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. What if you never ever have to feel like an imposter or a fraud ever again? What if that is completely gone? It's a label you never have to be associated with. You never have to feel like you're faking it till you're making it. You never ever have to say, oh my God, or think about it, lie in bed wondering, someone is going to know I was faking it. Someone is going to figure it out that I'm a fraud. Someone is going to figure out that I don't have a certain certificate to prove something or the other. And all of that is eliminated. All of that is taken away. And you just stand there in your confidence and say, yeah, that is who I am. This is who I am. And that's what's available to you. That's what's available to you. Click the link below or comment, I want to speak to Fatima. I want to speak to Janine. Guess what? We'll get onto the phone with you. We'll have a conversation with you. We'll talk about the why. I mean, maybe you're thinking to yourself, this is not for me. I've got a couple of questions about it. Jump onto the phone. Jump onto the phone. Let's have a quick connect call and get your questions answered and make sure that you are fully ready. Because I know that another lockdown is coming. I know that the world is changing. Different things are going on in the world. And if you are ready to really clarify your niche and not do it the hard, difficult way and have struggle on struggle, clear your energy and show up in your powerful self, I would highly recommend watch the training in the link below, comment, be like, Fatima, Janine, I want to talk to you guys. You know, really, this is what I've been looking for, because it transformed me. It transformed Janine. It transformed all the Million Stars coaches. I use this to title my books. I use this to talk to my children. I even did like private assessments with my kids to find out why they do the things that they do. Janine, did you do that?
No, not yet, because it's in English, and
Yeah.
English is not that good. I just found an assessment. It's like similar, so I'm gonna do that next week with them in the homeschooling, and I'm very excited about it. Yes.
So fun, right? I did love languages with my kids, and you know, I'm fascinated by these kind of things and why my clients do the things they do, right? Why does a woman say she wants to release 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 5 kilos, 10 kilos, but every time she goes through the checkout, she buys a chocolate bar, right? I'm fascinated by these things, and I'm always looking for ways and hacks and systems to bypass the conscious mind so we can actually make real impact and make a real difference globally. Do you have any final thoughts you want to talk about the VIP Jungian Archetypes workshop that we're having?
Yes, I would love to. So, ladies, we are going to have this fabulous VIP day. And, you know, if you're thinking, oh, is this for me? Is this not for me? And you are the lady who is looking for her niche and you are not making the sales and the impact that you want, then we don't know yet if it's for you or not. So jump on a call with either Fatima or myself, reach out to us, and we basically gonna get on the call with you, and we just gonna see if it's a fit for you. It might not be the right fit for you. And, we are the people who will actually tell you it's not for you, or yes, this is totally for you, and then we can take it from there. So make sure don't miss out on this, because it's gonna be very, very exciting and amazing, and you're gonna take so much out of it. And this year is already almost coming to an end, so you can make sure that you finish off 2021 with a big buzz and with a big bang, exactly, and just make it happen.
Yeah, I love what you said, because we're going into the last quarter of the year. And in the last quarter of the year, this is the time where everyone makes the most amount of money. And so why not you? Why not you get the last quarter of the year? Because kids are going back into school. September, October, November is the best money making months of the year. And if you have this arsenal in your toolbox, you will be unstoppable, right? You will lead the pack in your niche market, make the difference, attract the leaders that you want, attract the clients that you want. And maybe this is the last piece of the puzzle that you've been looking for. I don't know. But if you're saying, you know what, I got my branding right, I'm making 6-7 figures a month, I love my clients, guess what? More power to you, girl. More power to you. But if you're not at that level, and you don't like your business, and you're not attracting the clients that you want, your clients are not paying, they're not showing up, you don't even like to be with them, it's time for a change. It's time to pivot. Find the clients you really love. Find your authentic voice and your authentic message. And get onto a call with us. Let's see if we can help you. And really, really, this is a game changer. Okay, so I'll see you. Go click the link. And I'm so excited to talk to you. For now, be great, be fabulous, be awesome. Janine?
Bye, ladies. Thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.